Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Our featured golfer is already 5 holes in. Let's take you out now to the 6th. Frank, when you get out of the gates, as our featured golfer has done, with a lot of pars, steady play, what's the mindset?
You've got to keep doing that, Rich. Just maybe get a little closer to the hole, drive a little bit better, work on the pace of the putting. Just little gains, and then all of a sudden you're going to notice a big difference in the scorecard. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Really good drive here, about 320 yards and straight. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. A birdie will send him to 1 under on the leaderboard. Now to the long par 5 7th hole, 602 yards, Frank. They call it hoodoo.
Yeah, it's nothing for a little muscle man. Bust one up the tee there. Well, actually it is. You're going to need 2 of your best if you want to reach this par 5 and 2. So, start with a good one. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Obviously, Frank, you want to hit good shots at a place like this, but you also want to take some shots. You want to snap off a few pictures because it's breathtaking.
I thought you were talking about big game hunting there, where you saying you don't want to shoot these animals. They're beautiful. No, yeah, it is. It's wonderful to come up here and play golf.
Just wearing out the center of the club face. Hasn't missed a shot, hasn't missed a green in regulation all day long. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
And this would be nice. 2 straight birdies. Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank. Only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15 foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. You just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Moves into the top 25 with that birdie. Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of chute of marvelous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, this has been impressive. Game plan, stuck to it, hitting some quality shots.
He's really done his homework on the golf course, swinging well, and well, there's a few holes to go too. And this round could get even better.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
These putts keep the round together. Makes an eagle to move into the top 25. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. So trying to get the back 9 off to a good start. The approach shot is on the green, but he still has work to do. This is about a 30-footer coming up. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Settles in over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
That was a great first day out there, Rich.
I really enjoyed it. We saw a lot of birdies, excellent play, and some impressive names on top of this leaderboard. Anybody's game. Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today, it's live second round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Well, Frank, no doubt this is one of the most photographed holes in all of golf.
Yeah, Devil's Cauldron. Just get to the front of the tee there. Get the camera out. The vistas there are amazing. You see the mountains in the background. This green surrounded by the pine trees. And of course, if you like a lake or two, there's a lake just in front of that green. Just to give you that little color of blue in the snapshot you're going to take.
Like to look at them, not swim in them. Certainly not fish golf balls out. Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good. Birdie try up next. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Good birdie right there.
Yeah, this game, when you can't win, it's all about top 10s, top 20s. Currently, that's exactly where they stand.
Frank, what's the key here at the fifth hole? It's par 4, 424 yards.
The first real stringent tee shot of the day. 3 bunkers, first one not really in play. That third one in the distance, unless you're someone like a Bubba Watson, you should be able to aim at that and not reach it.
Wow, Frank, look at that one out. Just blistered that tee shot.
That has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Frank, what are you thinking about on this approach here at the fifth?
Once again, with a good drive, you're left with a scoring club. By that I mean a short iron. Gives you a lot more options and a lot more flags you can go at. Even with a flag in the back left, with a scoring club in hand, you can virtually just go straight at that. The ball will not kick too much once it hits the green.
Good looking shot right here. It's a pretty good shot. That ball settles in about 13 feet away.
You'd like to think unlucky for some, but birdie putt coming up.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
You're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 sixth hole, reasonably short at 373 yards, a lot of golfers arrive at a hole like this and they'll think, well, I'm just going to blast it away because it's such a short four. You think these kinds of holes require a little more thinking?
They certainly do, Rich. If you can't drive it to the front edge of the green, there's no point really trying to hit it through that narrow net. You can just sort of knock a 3-wood down there or something that's going to give you a decent yardage where you can at least spin that second shot. If you can guarantee that ball's going to stop when it lands, it's going to be much easier than trying to fashion some sort of pitch and run.
No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Ooh, so close. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Did the job right there. Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. Do you know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards, if you belt one off the tee, well, you might avoid the bad luck. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Second shot.
So a longer putt coming up next, about 30 feet away. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
So that is a top 10 performance through 2 rounds, Frank.
It's always nice to know that you have a shot with 2 rounds left in the tournament.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live 3rd round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Frank, you played at the highest level all over the world. What was a comfortable yardage for you on holes like this?
I actually had a club, believe it or not, but just the grooves on it, it would go 105 yards. It was a lofted sand iron, whether it was out of the first cut or off with a fairway. So if I could hit it around 100 yards, I could almost hit that distance with my eyes closed. After that, 70 yards was the next one. So everybody has that little sort of sweet spot with the wedge.
So that means on a hole like this, you were looking for something off the tee in the 265 to 270 range, and that would put what club in your hand?
just in those days, it was a 53-degree sando. Yeah.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Well, Frank, this is the longest hole on the golf course, 602 yards, obviously a par 5, though guys like Rory have to be thinking about making an easy 4, getting home in 2.
Yeah, you referenced it. Longest hole on the golf course. Yet Rory McIlroy still reached it in 2. Well, when he goes after it, he is here.
And that ball is absolutely scorched. Just hit a seed out there.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Down, lay down. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Wow, Frank, I did not expect that. An eagle. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank, only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15-foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Getting set now over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one. And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
There's still some time. Just love the variety here on the front side, Frank, coming off that short par 3 8th. Now we go to another par 5 to round out the side, 501 yards.
And the third par 5. Interesting front 9 here. 3 par 5s, 3 par 3s, and 3 par 4s. This one, not the longest par 5, but still reachable. This one, you have to be a little bit careful, though. This is probably the toughest driving hole on the front 9 with regard to par 5s.
Really good play off the tee, at least 300 yards and in the fairway. Frank, as we get set now for this second shot to the par 5 ninth, what are the options for the player?
The biggest thing to take into account, Rich, is just that the general terrain in front, because you can always use that to your advantage. I know the green pitches from left to right. You've got two choices. Just sort of aim it a little bit left, let it kick down the hill. We'll just try and sort of turn it back towards the flag.
Safely aboard. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
And he's made the green. He has this for par. Well done. Good third round, Frank, and a good spot heading to the final 18.
Yeah, to be in the top 5 right now, the caliber of this field, know that your game is good enough too, and a legitimate chance of taking home the trophy come tomorrow night. This really is what all those hours on the range contribute to this moment right now.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Golf Channel on NBC and EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live final round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Headed in the right direction with that birdie.
Just sneaks into the top 10. It's a good move this week.
Frank, this par 4 14th hole at about 440 yards will test you all the way up to that green, won't it?
Yeah, it certainly will. It just looks like you should bash it over those bunkers down the left side, but the green pitches from left to right. So the best access is actually down the right side, coming in from that sort of right line. So don't be fooled here. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, take us down. Give us the player's eye view on this second shot here at 14.
I kind of like a second shot a little lower than normal here. It just seems to shape up to this green. Obviously, you're protecting against going left while you're trying to go directly at the flag. So just something a little lower than normal, I think, would be the go.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Oh, dude,
That's a birdie. One back. We are on.
Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives. I'm loving that balance.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Well, birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunker, you should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway you'll certainly hit.
Wow, what impact. Absolutely crushed it. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. He's putting for birdie now. And he has it for birdie. Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. It will set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. And really a chance to have a fast finish.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway, and well over 320 yards. birdie try up next. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach. Oh, I liked that.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut. Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
And setting up here in the rough. And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. Settles in over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.